Welcome back. Today, we're unpacking a topic that touches literally every single aspect of our daily lives, yet it's honestly so profoundly misunderstood. I'm talking about money. We're going to dive deep into the fundamental concepts, the fascinating history, and the sometimes hidden modern realities of currency. So let's jump right into this explainer on the evolution and economics of money. So think about this for a second. What exactly gives a simple, physically useless piece of printed paper its actual value? I mean, you can't eat it, you can't build a house out of it, and it definitely won't keep you warm at night. Yet society universally values it so much that we gladly trade our precious time and labor just to get our hands on it. Why is that? Well, money is essentially a giant social contract. By definition, it's something that is generally accepted by society as a medium of exchange. Think of it as the ultimate tool that we all agree on for paying for goods, services, and settling transactions, including future payments. It acts as a unit of account, it stores value, and it gives us a really structured way to repay debts. Without that universal acceptance, guys, it is literally just a piece of paper.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with what exactly money is, look at the problem with barter, unpack money's core functions, trace the evolution of currency, break down the various types of money out there, and finally, we'll explore the dual dimensions of cash.
All right, part one, what exactly is money? The universal tool for settling transactions. As we just mentioned, the secret sauce here is universal acceptance. Now, the actual economic mechanics behind that paper sitting in your wallet right now are absolutely fascinating. See, currency in circulation isn't just an asset to you. It's technically a measure of a central bank's liability. Crazy, right? Why? Well, because all the cash issued by a central bank, like the RBI, has a sovereign guarantee behind it. The government essentially promises that this specific piece of paper holds the value printed on it, and that legally binds the state to honor it. But to truly appreciate this modern system we have, we kind of need to meet the villain of our story. Section 2. The problem with barter, or a moneyless society. Before money existed, we relied on the direct exchange of commodities and services. So instead of the incredibly seamless monetary system we enjoy today, a barter system meant these painful, direct exchanges of random items. Now, it sounds simple enough in theory, but in practice, it was an absolute nightmare of economic friction. Just imagine the search cost. Literally, the time spent just trying to find someone, anyone to trade with. But the absolute biggest hurdle was what economists call the lack of double coincidence of wants. Basically, if you have wheat and you want a cow, you don't just need to find someone with a cow. You have to find someone with a cow who also specifically wants your wheat. What if they want shoes? Well, you're stuck. Add to that the lack of a common unit of measurement. I mean, how many apples equal one chair? Plus, you've got massive problems with storage and the loss of value over time. You definitely can't save fresh fruit for your retirement fund. Enter the hero of our story. Section 3, Core Functions of Money. This is the ultimate societal solution, engineered specifically to fix every single one of barter's fatal flaws. Let's break this down a bit. As a primary function, money acts as a medium of exchange, which completely kills that double coincidence of wants problem. Because, well, everyone wants money. It also acts as a measure of value. Remember the whole apples and chairs problem? Now both of them just have a clear, simple price tag. Secondary functions give us real superpowers, like a store of value so you can hold on to your wealth without it literally rotting away. It allows for a standard of deferred payments, meaning we can easily calculate future loans, and it allows for the transfer of value across massive distances. Finally, the other functions show how money aids the distribution of national income, provides crucial market liquidity, and creates a uniformity of value across the entire economy. It's just a brilliantly multifaceted tool. But, this tool hasn't always looked the way it does today. Section 4, the evolution of currency, which is basically an ongoing upgrade to reduce friction. Historically, we upgraded from the barter system to metallic money, so coins. But carrying around huge bags of heavy metal was risky and honestly pretty annoying, so we abstracted it a step further into paper money, like banknotes, and credit money, like checks. And today, we've abstracted it even further into the digital era, with plastic money, debit and credit cards, and e-money. The trajectory is always moving toward making transactions faster, lighter, and just generally easier. A really major leap in this evolution was shifting how we actually measure the standard of value. See, historically, under the metallic standard, standard coins were made of precious metals like gold or silver, and their intrinsic value, like the actual metal they're made of, equaled their face value. But under the paper currency standard we use today, central bank issued paper is explicitly not convertible into any metal. Its value is determined entirely independently of the value of gold or other commodities. It literally only has value because the system says it does.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 5, various types of money, the forms of modern wealth.
Now, before we look at the specific types, we absolutely have to grasp the concept of legal tender. A legal tender is a coin or banknote backed by the ultimate power of law. It's legally valid for the discharge of debt or any obligation throughout the entire country. And here is the real kicker. It cannot be refused by any citizen for the settlement of a transaction. It is legally bulletproof. Historically, and even currently, money constitutes an incredibly diverse range of assets. We've had commodity money, things like cows, wheat, elephant tusks, and even tiger teeth. Then we upgraded to the metallic standard and token coins, followed by paper-based printed notes. Then there's fiat money, which overlaps heavily with legal tender, meaning, again, it cannot be refused. But today, the vast majority of your money likely isn't physical at all. It's bank money, just digital balances sitting in your savings or current accounts. It's electronic money, like prepaid web services and PayPal. And of course, it's plastic money, the credit and smart cards you swipe every single day. So from tiger teeth to microchips, the actual core function remains exactly the same.
And that brings us to our final topic today, Section 6, the dual dimensions of cash, white versus black money.
According to the Economic Survey of 2016 to 2017, the origins and functions of cash contrast wildly depending on their legal visibility. For white money, transactions are things like a company paying an employee's salary in cash, fully declared to tax authorities. It's totally legitimate. Its function as a store of value is simply a regular household keeping cash savings for emergencies. But contrast that with the black money column. Here, transactions are undeclared, like a small enterprise paying for inputs in cash specifically to avoid taxes. And as a store of value, it's a business hoarding vast amounts of undeclared cash, perhaps with a view to secretly distributing it to a political candidate during elections. It's the exact same piece of paper, guys, but its entire dimension changes based purely on its visibility to the state. Which leaves us with this final, somewhat provocative thought to ponder. We've seen how money has evolved from heavy commodities to completely traceable, frictionless digital formats. As we rapidly evolve towards a world of pure e-money and intense digital tracking, will these dual dimensions of white and black money finally disappear? Or will the shadow economy simply find a brand new, highly evolved digital form? It is a fascinating question, and one I really hope you'll keep thinking about. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer on the incredible evolution and economics of money. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.